I've been doing some season previews lately, well, division previews to be exact, and the used format and the results there, as you stated, sucks. Especially the last video I published. So I'm gonna be better this time, and instead of focusing on the awards and stuff, from now on I'll focus more on the teams, their rosters, and what they could achieve. By the way, thanks for pointing that out. Hey everyone, hope you're doing awesome. Purple Prince is back, and today we're looking at the Southeast Division. Pretty much since LeBron left Miami Heat, the Southeast Division has been an afterthought. Really, none of the teams have ever been contending for a championship, to be honest. And listen to the teams: Miami Heat, Orlando Magic, Washington Wizards, Charlotte Hornets, and the Atlanta Hawks. Do you remember last time you really thought that a team from this division could win a championship? Yeah, me neither. Last year, only Orlando Magic made the playoffs and were eliminated in the first round by the eventual champions in Toronto Raptors. But all in all, Southeast Division was pretty competitive. 3 teams were still playing for the division crown just with a couple games left in the season. But enough with the last year, let's look at the upcoming season. And let's start with the last division winners. How has Orlando prepared for this season? During the summer, they re-signed their face of the team in Nikola Vucevic, and they also signed a couple of quality players like Terrence Ross and Al-Farouq Aminu to multi-year contracts. One of the reasons to watch Orlando games this year is Markelle Fultz. Last year, after acquiring him from Philadelphia, he didn't play a game for Orlando Magic, but they can't have him sit out games forever. He's supposedly healthy and has his mental problems in control now, but how will that reflect on the field? Orlando has a need at the point guard, and hopefully he fills that need. Right now he's wearing a bust label, but he's been putting in some work, and recently Tracy McGrady said that Fultz looks very good. So let's hope Tracy is right. Otherwise, this team is just above average. They should battle for the playoff spot in Week East, but they're not really contenders anyway. Vucevic is that solid guy who will give you double-digit points and rebounds, and by signing him to a mega deal for the foreseeable future, Orlando pretty much is committed to being average. They have some big contracts on the books they would probably want to get rid of, but it doesn't look promising. Another player to watch for is Mo Bamba. Vucevic will be the center of the future for Orlando, and that leaves Mo Bamba in an awkward spot. He won't be happy playing behind Vucevic and on reduced minutes for long. Do they trade him? Can they somehow make them both starters? We'll see. At the end of the day, Orlando was good but not great, and after summer, they're still just good and not great. That might be enough for maybe the second round of the playoffs, but not much more. Miami probably made the biggest splash in the division by acquiring Jimmy Butler. I really love the Tyler Hero edition. I'm telling you guys right now, that dude can shoot. His game is so watchable. He didn't have the most effective shooting summer league, but I'm so excited to watch this dude in the NBA. He could be like Kyle Korver in his heyday, probably even better. Bam Adebayo is a baller as well, so Miami really has an interesting team who, if everything clicks, can make some noise in the Eastern Conference. One thing you can't overlook though is the retirement of Dwayne Wade. That guy was the heart of this team. He was such an unselfish leader who motivated youngsters and really made it warm and cozy inside the team. Jimmy Butler is a totally different animal in that sense, so I'm glad Miami at least re-signed Udonis Haslem, one of the most respected figures in that locker room. But the biggest question is, how far can they get with the addition of Jimmy Butler? So far, Jimmy hasn't been that type of leader teams are looking for. He's had problems everywhere. Granted, most organizations he's been in have been a mess without him as well, and I don't have problems with Miami acquiring him because they really have that strong front office and everyone will be in check. Another interesting thing to monitor is if they will want an upgrade at the point guard. They were looking for a Chris Paul trade, but so far OKC won't budge. Goran Dragic is a competent point guard, but Chris Paul, even at an advanced stage, is still a better option in my opinion for this Miami team. The front office is great, the coach is in place, and oddly enough, I don't think that Jimmy Butler is that main piece to look for next season. He will do his thing, he will defend, he will score. It's the improvement of young guys that really matters. I like Miami team on paper, I really do, and I think Miami will make the playoffs. Okay, so if I'd have to give you a recommendation to watch any team from this division next season, it would be the Atlanta Hawks. This team should be so exciting and there's so many reasons to watch them. First, for nostalgia, this is supposed to be the final season for the legend of this game, Vince Carter. He's not gonna carry the team anymore, but he's good for some old highlight dunks here and there. The next reason is Trae Young. He had a pretty bad start to his rookie season, but towards the end he was excellent and really made it a race for the Rookie of the Year award. This year he should be even better. If you're still following Chandler Parsons' career, he's gonna be on the Hawks as well. The draft was awesome. They drafted one of the best perimeter defenders in DeAndre Hunter, which is what they were lacking last year. And what about that Cam Reddish pick? He was kind of forgotten last year in college because of Zion and RJ Barrett, but this man has a bunch of talent. Bruno Fernando could be a future contributor as well. The roster for the Atlanta Hawks is filled with young talent. Trae Young, Cam Reddish, Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, Jabari Parker is still young as well. And they have some veterans and the oldest player in the NBA to help teach them young guns in Vince Carter. I'm not expecting a playoff push from them, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did do just that. Maybe it's just the excitement of the upcoming NBA season, but I genuinely love this roster. Atlanta Hawks should be on the upward trajectory and soon will be the kings of this division. Mark my words. Fun fact, Vince Carter is almost 12 years older than the next oldest player on this Hawks roster. Amazing. And now we go to the saddest part of the video. These two teams, I don't have the slightest idea about what their plan is. First, the Washington Wizards. Their team looks weak. If I'd ask you to name like 3 players from the Wizards next season, you probably would stop at 2. Everyone obviously knows Bradley Beal, the all-star guard who is trapped into this abyss of hope. And Rui Hachimura, because he was just drafted by the team. Where's John Wall, you ask? He's injured and most likely will miss the whole next season. Again. Wizards are a real dumpster fire now. Bradley Beal has been very loyal to the Wizards, and not that long ago he said that he wants to be a Wizard for his whole career. But his loyalty has to run out at some point, doesn't it? I mean, how long as a competitor you can accept this losing? As long as they have Bradley Beal, they'll win some games, but that's about it. Rui Hachimura didn't look that impressive in FIBA World Cup. Sure, he was playing for Japan against much better competition, but he will have a tough time in the NBA just because he's on a bad team. As for himself, his offense doesn't seem to be NBA ready, and his decision making is questionable. He will improve on that, no doubt, but don't expect great things in year 1. Otherwise, Ian Mahinmi is overpaid, John Wall will be paid almost $38 million for not being on the court, CJ Miles is no lifesaver, they didn't do anything impressive in free agency. Who's there to watch besides Bradley Beal? I guess if you're still holding on hope that Isaiah Thomas can somehow be as good as he was with the Boston Celtics, there's a reason to watch. Otherwise, you have a journeyman in Ish Smith, you have a good shooter in Bertans, but there has to be somebody who passes the ball to him. It's a total mess. The team should look to move on from John Wall and probably even Bradley Beal. Just go into a rebuild. I know nobody in Washington wants to hear it, but it's just the sad truth. Nothing will happen there. You had 2 very good guards and it wasn't enough. Now you have 1 healthy guard and a bunch of unhealthy contracts. The Wizards team shouldn't be even close to the playoffs this year or any year in the nearest future. And the last team in this division is the Charlotte Hornets, and I have absolutely no idea what Jordan is doing either. Terry Rozier is the new face of the Charlotte Hornets. Kemba Walker couldn't get the sorry franchise to the playoffs, and you expect Terry Rozier to be the savior? When Kemba became a free agent, you had to resign him for whatever it takes. He was the lone person on that team who brought some relevancy to Charlotte. Now he's gone to Boston, and you decide to pay the big bucks to Terry Rozier. A guy who up until this point in 4 seasons as a backup point guard hasn't shot even 40% from the field. Now he'll be the focal point of the offense. That just might be a new low for Jordan. He really is trying to hold 2 titles in the NBA world. The greatest player to ever play the game of basketball and the worst owner/GM to ever live. 18 million. I still can't get over it. The draft is nothing to brag about, as always by the way. Their last successful pick was Kemba Walker. You have 6 guys on a team who earn double-digit millions on their contract, yet not one of them can really bring this team wins in the win column. Washington at least has Bradley Beal, but this team has absolutely nothing. Judging by the silence in the free agency, this team might be finally looking to rebuild. But then, why give Rozier that type of contract? I wouldn't be surprised if this team goes under 20 wins this season. It really is that bad. Charlotte won't be making the playoffs. I guess you figured that out already without me saying it. So that was a little preview of the Southeast Division, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you liked it. How do you see this division? How many teams could make the playoffs, and who do you see as the bottom feeders of this division? Please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for everything. I'll see you in the next one. This was Purple Prince, and I'm out.
I was starving, now I'm eating till my belly full. From up north, we get cold, you need a heavy coat. Scared to end up on a shirt before a centerfold. Devil on my back, target on me daily too. Play for keeps, don't tweet. It's not peace, don't speak. 24, no sleep. This is real, no tweet. My bros for life, can't break this link. Family on my side, baby stay around me.